Save mankind. The European Association should endorse Israel for its wrongdoings in Gaza. The European Association has the obligation and the resources to act to forestall Israel's wrongdoings in Gaza. Consistently without activity implies more non-military personnel passings happening. This is the determination of a colloquium at the European Parliament co-coordinated by the Global Organization for Basic Liberties (FIDH) and the Green/European Free Partnership. Zeroing in on the legitimate and political ramifications in regards to the capability of massacre by the Worldwide Official Courtroom, ICJ, for Israeli activities against the populace in Gaza. Brussels, February 22, 2024. Equity is our weapon, reminded Johann Sophie, a legal counselor and examiner spent significant time in the field of worldwide equity at the core of the European Parliament in Brussels on February 22. During a colloquium started by FIDH. Talking close by him were Alexis de Swaif, FID VP, Monir Satoyuri, individual from the European Parliament from the Greens/European Free Union Gathering, Vusi Madansila, envoy of South Africa to the Netherlands, and Kayan Leung, South African legal advisor and individual from Attorneys for Common Liberties, Simone Susskind, previous Belgian government congressperson and organizer behind activities in the Mediterranean. The occasion was directed by Yosra Frawes, top of the Maghreb and Center East office at FIDH, and Maha Abdullah, agent of Al-Haq in Brussels. As non-military personnel passings are mounting consistently in Gaza, FIDH is encouraging for a prompt truce and the arraignment of Israeli authorities for the wrongdoings perpetrated. South Africa's grumbling against Israel at the ICJ, in light of the 1948 show on the avoidance and discipline of the wrongdoing of annihilation, is urgent. It addresses a significant forward-moving step in the acknowledgement and impugning of these worldwide wrongdoings. FIDH upholds the improvement of global equity despite perhaps of the best test in its set of experiences beginning around 1948. For Yosra Frawes, South Africa's protest against Israel at the ICJ for decimation appeared to be incomprehensible only a couple of months prior. Sadly, it has been made conceivable by Israeli activities in Gaza. The deliberate infringement of the multitude of freedoms of the Palestinians, their constrained uprooting, the homicide of regular folks, especially ladies and kids, and the association of their desperation. Furthermore, the starvation that is influencing them adds up to a strategy of disposal that meets the measures for the capability of decimation. There must now be a worldwide objection for the choices of the ICJ to be carried out. The European Association should mediate to the furthest reaches against Israel. The conceivable gamble of decimation perceived by the ICJ is a final turning point, which makes the shortfall of purposeful authorizations in judgments impractical. The EU and its part states should perceive the Palestinian state and assume a sense of ownership with harmony and equity, where the extreme right in power in Israel goes against it flippantly and criminally, proclaims Alexis de Swaif. In his discourse, he reviewed Israel's tactical activities in Gaza, activity cast lead, and activity defensive edge, and attested, exemption for past wrongdoings have energized ensuing violations. This FIDH colloquium attracted a full House Parliament and accumulated 150 people observing live on the web. For Leonor Morel, president of FIDH, the occasion demonstrates that there is something other than open interest in this point, yet authentic interest. FIDH is driving the discussion. We were among the main global NGOs to name Israel's activities as massacre plainly. It is our job to encourage exchange among states, common social orders, and foundations to figure out some mutual interest and advance towards equity and a finish to exemption.